Hey guys, it's the Annotator. Let's talk about Columbus, which premiered at Sundance in January 2017 and received a theatrical release, a limited release later that year. A very small film, but a beautiful one. Probably most enjoyable to people with a soft spot for art house fare, but very accessible, not terribly complicated. So if you're on the fence about independent cinema, I do think that this would make for a really nice introduction. Columbus is about two people's reconciliation between family and architecture. It takes place in Columbus, Indiana, a nominal site of modern architecture and art, especially in the Midwest. It follows Jin, played by John Cho, who visits from South Korea after his father falls ill while in the city to give a talk on architecture at the university. It also follows Casey, played by Haley Lou Richardson, a resident who wants to grow up to be a famous architect, but who feels obligated to care for her drug-addicted mom. The character stories intersect, they strike a friendship, and through conversation and time spent together, they inspire a new perspective in the other. It's vaguely reminiscent of Lost in Translation, contemplation of purpose against the backdrop of a symbolic anchor point, the anchor point in Lost in Translation being culture instead of buildings. The film was written, directed, and edited by Koga Nada. It's his first film. He's a video essayist for Sight and Sound magazine and the Criterion Collection. And the visual language of Columbus most immediately evokes the signature style of Ozu Yasuziro. He's a filmmaker perhaps most famous for his unhurried static shots and image framing. Kogonada actually made a video on Ozu's style, which I'll link in the description below, and also did an essay on this film, which I'll also link. His credentials are unquestionable, and it's not really surprising Columbus looks as amazing as it does, and it really looks amazing. But story and dialogue are very difficult, and his script is proof that he really is a filmmaker. He's not just a photographer with a deep knowledge of cinema and a movie crew. Scenes and conversations glide with naturalism, and the tempo is hypnotically patient, very fitting for the material. He knows when to give Jin a silent moment, or when to give Casey an overdue outburst, or Parker Posey's character Eleanor a touch of humor or sarcasm, or, and crucially, when to just sit on a shot of a building, to give us, the audience, our time to appreciate why architecture means what it does to these characters, to reflect on how greatly it's affected them, such as Jin's past in overcoming resentment for his father, Casey's future in breaking free from her mother's failures, and Eleanor's dependence on it for a sense of self-worth. It's a script that is, as most great scripts are, balanced just beneath the story, unobtrusive, supportive of the whole but not seeking attention for itself, so real it's almost unmemorable but not forgettable. Final thoughts here. Pensively internal, meticulously and gorgeously photographed, and movingly quiet, Columbus is a thematic descendant of the divine lost in translation and a technical disciple of the studious works of the great Ozu. For the story and plot, I'm giving it a plus. Same for the score, a lovely ambient undercurrent by a Tennessee shoegaze band called Hammock. Structure, character, dialogue, all double pluses. Cinematography, direction, editing, also double pluses. And no visual effects in this film, so a null on that front. I'm giving Columbus a very strong 8. There isn't really much more this film could have done, but it's just a little light on overall impact for me to rate it any higher. Certainly not a gripe or a criticism, just is what it is. A very good movie that I like a lot. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've seen Columbus and have thoughts on it, please share in the comments section. As always, I'd like to desperately solicit likes and subs because I'm an emotionally weak person that pretends to be independent but yearns for the approval of strangers. So please click the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for me, and I will see you in the next review video.